Good morning, folks. Welcome back. So I think today we're going to start the transition into the next area with sort of one of the border zones, which is going to be a cavern area underwater, but with a big old air bubble. So partially underwater, partially above water. Um, let's see how we get on with this. I don't have, to be honest, a tremendously strong idea of how I want this to look. So again, we're going to be playing and we'll see what we get. Um, but I know the first thing I want is my submarine for scale. So let's bring it in. Do we have it open here still? It's too far back. I don't think did I have it over the air farm? I might have. Let's look for it. And probably we're going to want a sphere to start this out. Not sure what shape we want our cavern to be. I think actually, let's start with a. Ooh, we could metaball it. That could be fun. Where's my sub? It was here, right? Thought I had it. And this one. Let's try different camera angles. Maybe I didn't. This is an earlier one. Now let's go find one that has it. File, open, don't save. That will definitely have it. This one has it, I know, too. Let's see, I think I saved it as a single object. Let's see. Hello from Vancouver, British Columbia. Good to see you. There we go. There's our sub. Let's grab it. Bring it over to our scene. And we're going to take this metaball and scale it. Yeah, fairly wide up. Okay. And then Alt-D. And Alt-D. And we're just going to kind of make ourselves a funky looking cave inside here. Or cavern, I suppose. I like metaballs for doing this kind of thing. It's kind of sort of fun. Just to get something interesting shaped. That could be neat. And then let's add one here. Let's scale down on the Z axis. Yeah, and up a bit too. So from here, if this were the watery section, then that could be a drier section. But I think I want to bring it down a little bit. Let's pull it out a bit more. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and let's just do one more. Maybe two more. Just to kind of even this out a little bit. There we go. Very funky looking cave. Starting point. But I think it'll work. Okay, so let's just take our metaballs, grab them all, and object, convert to mesh. And that's a very fast way to create just a very strange base shape. But the geometry is garbage, so we need to fix that. Let's go to quadri mesh, and I'm going to say 750. Let's see what that looks like scale. That looks about right. We can just get rid of the original. So it's gone. We don't have to stress about it anymore. Okay. So now we can edit this thing, do whatever we want to it. I'm just going to turn on proportional, I guess. And just tweak it a bit. And I'm going to grab this. We might quad remesh it again too. And create like a tunnel for our sub. That's certainly big enough, yes. For our sub to rise up from there. Cool. And then I think here, I'm going to create that. Give it, and I think I will quad remesh it again, just cause. Tab A, remove the sharp marks. Okay, that's clearly, we want to make that a little less square even before we start playing with it. Sculpt mode. So let's just de-squarify that. Some from the outside, I guess. Let's see. Object edit mode. 1 G G. Just warping this stuff up a bit. Nice. I think that's starting to look cool. Let's just take this and this and bring it up just a bit. Sure. Now let's save. And new 2507 25 1 live stream Cavern. Sure. Yeah. We'll see if we can't come up with a way to, spend our whole stream doing this. So the next thing we want to do, face orientation should be the other way around. A flip. Cool. So everything's facing the inside now. Good. And now, let's see. I think I want to tab, and I want to take these faces here. Right, let's see, yes. Maybe all those faces, like that. And give them detail. We want to keep them smooth when we go into the stuff. Because now we're going to go add a modifier, terrain, trainer base. Oh, first off, Control A, rotation scale. Now, terrain, trainer base. That is clearly too much. 5. 5's looking not bad, though. It's going to be such a pain to move around inside this thing, but that's all right. Okay. I'm kind of all right with that. Yeah. I think that'll be okay. One thing I might do is E G Z and one. I'm just going to tweak this out a little bit. Okay, something like that. Return edge crease to 0.1. Does that help us? Yeah, it does a bit. We don't need those creased edge. Cool. So now, yeah, that goes out to beyond kind of where we can see it, which is the point. Cool. Pretty down with this. Let's just do a little more on that. I want to take E and E again. Oh, come on. E again. No. Well, I mean, that'd be fine, but there we go. Then, interesting. AM distance. Good. Somehow those got separated. And there we go. Now we've truly got a curve in our path we never need to worry about. Hey, Vianga. Good to see ya. Nice. It's our weird long cave. Kind of looks like a slug. I like it. Save. And let's apply our ground. So we got our initial space, and we got it smooth here, which we wanted. And I think we're going to use the same, probably modify Sandy's ground, but let's see. I'm going to, God forbid, will this, I don't actually ever do this. Will this work? Let's see. Am I going to use Eevee? Oh my God, no. I want to be able to see what the heck I'm doing. Come on, this is supposed to be fast with Vulcan. Hate Eevee. Compiling Eevee engine shaders, piss off. What else do I want while that's doing that? Is there another file I want to need? I'm gonna want to put some. We might want to put. We'll grab the air farm again. We can use that. Okay, cool. Come on, Eevee. I'm going to change my mind on how to do that. This, we're going to take off the ground, copy it, and come back over to Cavern. Okay, so it did work. Why am I in... I hate it when it does this. I don't remember how to turn it off. Anyone know how you turn off where it locks like that? I don't know why it's doing it. Something I've never bothered to figure out. Okay, well, we're just gonna kill it, come back in again. Whee! Cavern. Okay, cool. We're good. Actually, don't even hate that. I might even just go with that ground for right now or something like it. I was going to change the terrain, but I really kind of think that that looks pretty good. But we might tweak it later. But at least we have lighting. We can see what the heck we're doing now. I'm going to now bring in a cube and pull back to here and bring down our water level to right about there. Yeah. So the rest is underwater, and that's above water, and that's good. And now we know how much we can edit this thing. GZ up and just bring it right back to there. Okay. That doesn't need to be that far out, but it really doesn't hurt us either, so we'll do it. So that's going to be our water side, I think. Let's bring our sub up. I'm just going to... Yes, so it's sort of surfaced in here. Hi, Luckman. Good to see you this morning, or whatever time it is for you. This morning for me. I'm going to bring that in. So it's still a pretty big cave, right? Because that's a full-on sub, and yeah, right. Haven't bothered to set our scale yet, beyond just that. And bring that closer to the edge. Maybe not quite that close to the edge. And okay, so it's not penetrating the ground, is it? No, but just. So we've like nosed up to the edge. Cool. And this cube. Let's try grabbing the water from we've been using, see if it'll work on both sides. Append. Haven't tried using the water from the above the water in this one, but it should be okay. See road. Sure, we'll grab that one. Material. Water ocean. Water ocean. There we go. Save. Now, this is going to sort of be the intersection between these two worlds. We're going to need to do a little bit probably of coral stuff and a little bit of non-coral stuff too. Let me get rid of that wake. I do not need it. Go away. It's a material preview. Yes. Yeah, that doesn't even show up well. Okay. Instead of that, maybe we're just going to do something. Come on. Okay. One. Light, Shift A, light, area, GZ. Gonna make it 25 meters. Fine. And power of 500. More than 500. Power of 5,000. Okay. Yeah, all right. You can kind of see what the heck we're looking at now. We have water. Sure. There we go. I think I might like that better than just using EV, which I can't stand. Let's even go a little bit more than 5,000. Let's take it to like, or we'll just leave it at 5,000 rather, and make our exposure like 6. There we go. Nice and bright. We can always adjust it later. I don't know which bro we're talking about, but yes, bro is back. Okay. Nice. Now, I think I do want a little bit of like coral stuff, maybe even stuff sticking up out of the water a little bit, just to kind of be fun. So I'm going to remove our, actually, this, let's set it to bounds visibility, so we can really see where it's going to be. Bounds. Cool. So now we know where our height is. Let's move it to a new collection, ocean, and let's set it unselectable. It's just going to fire and forget it. So it's there. Great, that's the ocean. Okay, and then back in scene collection, meanwhile. Okay, so let's put an object here. Gonna make it. I don't really know. What do we want to make it? Let's do some metaballing again. But we'll do capsules. I'm just having fun with metaballs again today. Let's. Well, that could be a fun shape. Cool, sure. Great, we're going to use that. Let's take all these metaballs here, and object, convert to mesh, and move them to new collection coral. But I think we're floating out of our water a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, we're still above water. Let's take it so it's more. This one's going to start below water, even if it grows up above. And I hate working in caves. Cool. That's an okay place for it, I suppose. Now, I'm not going to bother remeshing this because we're just going to apply our differential growth to it. I'll just add the modifier differential growth available on my Patreon. Voxel size of 0.15. Let's go. It doesn't need a group this time. Growth direction is going to be 0.75, mostly up. And we're actually going to make this 2. Now let's see what that does. It's kind of fun. Let's go back a little bit more. We'll go full 1. And voxel size, let's take it down to 0.1. Get a little bit more granular detail. Oh, it's going sideways. Oh, I see. Control A. Apply rotation scale. Now it's growing up. That's quite corally looking. Pretty fast, too. And it's going to pierce through the water, which is neat. We can do that. I like it. So let's Alt-D, move over here. And this one, let's go ahead and apply. This one, let's rotate. Let me scale it down a little bit. Yes. Now, let's get a different seed. And grow it as, oh, come on. I thought I applied that. Whatever, okay, gotta rerun it. That's gonna C to 5, that's gonna C to 0. Should be all right, let's just play. But grow them both. Good deal. Let's apply this one. This one, Shift D, we'll make one more copy. Then we'll apply this one. This one, rewind. And I'm just going to RX 180 and make it upside down. go down. And rotation scale. Voxel size 0.075. And play. Cool. I like those for those three. Very quick. Apply all. Take a look at it again. Yes, and they're now popping up out. Cool. Maybe we'll take it and that over a bit more. Oh, it's not touching anymore. We want to touch the ground or just SZ? Now it is. Okay. Neat. I'm into that. Okay. Looks really cool, actually. Let's come back to it. So our sub is now come up between those and up into that space there. Perfect. Now, on the border, as it were, so where the ocean touches, which I suppose I'll need to turn back on to see, won't I? Okay, so there is our shoreline. I want to put something kind of similar here for the shoreline there. I'm just going to go with actually, plane. Go up. Cool. And now let's go to local tab, although it doesn't really matter. 2. Like that. And then like that. Let's just do that. And in our collection, we're going to grab this thing now, finally. Copy objects, bring it back over. And just move it out of our way. You know, I'm just going to move my cave out. New collection to ground. And hide that. Okay, and this link, copy modifiers, delete this one. Well, actually, we won't delete it yet. Keep it for right now. This terrain type, ground, yes. Cool. Now we're going to realize it. I think that's enough for what I wanted to do with that, and apply it. So we can quad remesh, or sorry, not quad remesh. I can speak. Differential growth it. That's way too small voxel size, 0.1. That's probably too big. That looks okay. We're going to say growth multiplier, growth direction of 1 up. Let's just take it a little far. 0.066. Okay. A multiplier of 0.15 and rewind. I did apply the third one, right? Yes, I did. Good. And then a multiplier here of like 3. Now let's see what that gives us. Something like that. Yes. Which is very much the design language we've been using in the outside world. Turn our ground back on. And it's touching our ground, which is good. It's all right size. Looking good. Rising up out of our water. Good. I'm going to even just move it just because we can do whatever we want to with it. I'm going to apply it, though. I like it. It's fine. GX and move it over so it kind of actually touches the ground a little bit, too. About there. Looks good. Cool. So this is how where our crab folk would be in the interaction, and still fine to our sub. We're good there. I haven't figured out how people get in and out of our sub. It might literally be these windows, but originally I was thinking like this front end would pop up or something from that. And we could do that too. Let's see. What if we like changed this so it was like, it had like a ballast? So that did that. Do we want to do that? Or just not worry about it? I'm not going to worry about it for right now. But we do maybe want to think about how people get out of this, potentially. Well, I'm just going to check something else too. Human gen, put a person next to it, see how big it is exactly. It's not huge, because it's a small sub. Yeah. It's a kind of a, personal craft. Okay, so we could... Now I'm going to be thinking about this. I guess I need to... Okay. Yeah, we're almost going to have to run aground. Maybe we'll do that. Put it like there. Cool. I think I can live with that. And we can maybe get rid of the front window and use that as our entrance and exit. And it'll at least give us a point of visualization for it. Yeah. I just want the sharp. Yes. Okay. And hide. Let's see, is it single-sided? No, it's double-sided. Okay. Come here. Great. P section. Pull it out. I'm just going to move this whole thing to the sub. M, new collection, sub. Cool. L, P section. Great. Turn off sub. Turn on both of those too. Do I need both of them? Not really. Let me get rid of this one, I think. I'm probably going to do the whole thing while we're on the stream. So an hour and a half. I think that's probably about that long. Obviously, it depends on what your final requirements are and, you know, what people care about. But let's go with local, sure. 3D cursor, great. RX, no, undo. Tab, RX. There we go. Window up. Nice. So just give this one a bit of thickness. Great. Doesn't have to be seriously detailed, but just enough that we can kind of be like, oh, look, this is how you get in and out of this, you know, thing. Cool. Nice. And what's the material on this? I don't remember. It says it's glass. It lies. Remove unused slots. Glass. That's not glass. We're going to make it glass, though. We'll go with frosted glass. Okay. Now it's glass. Cool. I mean, it helps when you have some things you've done before. Like I built the sub in another stream or whatever, but that's pretty normal for how you would work professionally too. You're not going to build everything probably all at one time. So we're, you know, doing all right on that. Alrighty, that looks cool. Now I want to open up. I'm just gonna grab the other place. Open recent. Seabed plants. Don't save this. Okay. And we're gonna put these on the ground in the water too, I think. But first off, let's just grab this one. Come here. Paste it. New collection. Plants. And global. Get rid of that icosphere. Where's our circle thing? There's our plant. Okay. And we're going to grab that and this. Or sorry. Yeah. Great. Now this object here, we need to give a curvature. So we will use tissue curvature. Cool. And object mode. And it's called edge color. Yes. Edge color. Right, yes. Okay, this one to this one. Link, copy modifiers, link, materials. And we have something for it. I'm going to change those colors, but, you know, just to give us something to start with. We're going to do the same with these other three here. Weight paint, curvature. Cool. Edge color. Link, copy modifiers, link materials. Cool. And, you know, same with these two. What? Why'd you give me an error? I'm not in edit mode. Weight mode. Curvature. There we go. Link. Materials. But we don't have the modifier that converts weight paints to vertex color, so we have to copy that there. And now we have it. Okay, and then this last guy here. Come on. You're totally under the water, but you know, whatever. Just, A, I have a very good memory, and B, practice. I don't know. It's like, how do you remember how to tie your shoes? How do you remember to do any complex task? I've done it a whole bunch. It's really what it comes down to. And I forget all the time. Like if I went back to a scene I worked on a year ago, I'd have to be like, what tools did I use for this? How did I do that? How did I make this thing? Often I'm like, I have no idea how I made that a year later. And I have to kind of think about it again. It happens. But I do have a very good memory. And it does, I won't argue, that does help. Okay, so we got all three of them set up. We're good. Copied across. I'm kind of like, I kind of want to set the water area, get it working first, and then do the land area. There's no real reason, but that's just kind of how I'm thinking today. Okay. Now, can I come to here? Now let's go geoscatter on there. We want to scatter. This is the blue plant. I could just call it blue because it's in plants, but whatever. And we're going to give it that one. And then scatter objects. Okay. And I think I want to try something here. Proximity, repel. Yes. Ocean. Reverse it and consider volume inside. And give it a distribution, just real quick. Yes. Okay, so that does keep it inside. Good. So that'll only grow inside the water, which is what we want. I think we're gonna. What happens if I increase this to? I'm gonna decrease the scale too. Default scale of 0.25. That's only growing around that. Is that only going on the edge? Yes, that's not what we want. Damn it. Okay, we'll have to do it the hard way. No, it's going down below. There's some down. Oh, but that's because that's near the bottom, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so I want to grow, but I want to go under the water. So we just need to figure out what our water height is. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So the first thing let's do. Can I hide ground and still see it? Yes, we can. Cool. Abiotic elevation. Minimum is 0. Maximum can only grow. Look at them shrink. To there. Maximum is going to be 44. So that's what we need to know. To grow only underneath 44 it is. Cool. Slope. Absolute. Great. And I'm going to make our scale back a little bit bigger. We don't want too many of these. So we're going to cut down the number of this one to 0.01. We just got a couple of them floating around. Good deal. Save. Let's turn our ground back on so we can see what the heck we're looking at. But yes, we got some growing inside. A couple of those. Nice. Now we're going to grab our purple one. Same kind of vibe. This one we would just call purple. And this over here we will call blue. So I remember. Purple, scatter the objects. And again, we want default scale's fine. We want a random scale. We want abiotic elevation with a maximum height of 44. and a slope. We're going to allow a slope here of 18. We're going to say more on this one. And we're not going to care actually about, I don't think we're going to give too much of a damn about vertical influence on this one. We'll do a little bit of vertical influence, but only a factor of like 0.25. Random rotation, yes. Tilt 8. And random mirror on. And we want them to be ecosystem repel from our blue, minimum of 3 meters. And let's turn it back on. And we'll call it, this is purple. Let's give it a name first. Instances of 0.1. And that gives us a bunch. Too many. Let's cut it down to 0.02. Just a few. Yeah, that's good. And actually, I don't know about the slope. Let's see what happens if we change our slope, just for curiosity's sake. Abiotic. What if we don't care about slope? Then it'll grow sideways? Yeah, let's let it grow sideways. This one can do that. That's okay here. I'm into that. If we totally block up our path, let's see. Yeah, theoretically, well, whatever. I mean, no one's going to care, but there's our tunnel we came out of, supposedly, and it's all blocked up with plants. But whatever, I'm all right with it. We're not really going to focus on that part of it for this scene, so don't care. Okay, back here. Grab our greens. I have never done that tutorial, but yeah, definitely get complicated. I am very much a learn what you need to learn to do what you want to do when you want to do it kind of person. I don't actually believe in learning it all first. Green. My problem with a lot of those tutorials is they try to teach you too much. It's like, I don't need to know how to do this stuff until later, so don't bother confusing me with it yet. I very much learn what I need for a particular project, and then just over time I learn more and more and more, and that's good, but I don't know. That's my biggest problem with ZBrush is it's got such a crap interface that you have to learn almost everything before you can use it at all, which makes it awful for me. Such a shit tool. I mean, it's powerful, but God, what an awful interface. Random scale. Cool. Yep. Random mirror. Sure. Elevation. Yes. Maximum of 44. Also, we will not do slope on this one. Ecosystem, we will repulse. Purple. 2. And we will repulse blue. 2. The only way I can learn something is to want to do something first and then learn it. I can't just learn something and then go do stuff. I don't work that way. I mean, I know some people do, but I don't understand it. It's like, I'll be like, I want to make a tower. And then I'll go figure out what I need to learn to make a tower. I don't go learn a bunch of stuff and go, what do I want to make? I don't understand. Okay, cool, but way too big. Can make those small this time. Yeah. Which means we can punch it up and add a few more. Nice. I have a drawing tablet, but I literally haven't used it a single time that we've been working today. I'm looking at the screen. I have a Cintiq from back when I used to be a Photoshop illustrator, but the only thing I draw with it are like masks sometimes for the ground, and sometimes I draw cables with it, or like, you know, Bezier curves. I will draw Bezier curves with it sometimes, but I do have one. Yeah, nice. I was hoping we'd see that through the water well, and we do. And that one's poking up through. Oh no, it's just implants. It's like it's poking up, but no, it's not. If we turn off collection, then we're better. And that's looking beautiful. This one is poking up a bit. Yeah, that's okay. We can let it poke up a bit. Very nice. And then underwater, cool shots down here too. Also very nice. Okay, so now I want to add in some rocks again, but these are going to go above the water too. So we're going to grab them from Botanics. Yeah, I think we'll use sandstone again. So we're going to just use these. These are our classic 6 sandstone rocks that we've been using. We need to change our scatter so that instead of viewport selection, it's browser selection. And yeah, we're just going to scatter them. And I suppose I probably should call them rock. And let's see. Random rotation is fine on that one. Scale factor of 0.5, I think we said has worked for us in the past. With random scale on, random mirror on. Slope, this one we do want a slope of 15. Absolute, maybe even 25. Not elevation, so we'll let it go above. And I'm not going to repulse from anything, I don't think, at least not right now. And I'm not going to proximity from anything, at least right now. And let's give it a distribution of 0.05. We have rocks. Maybe even a bit more than 0.05. Let's go to like 0.1. Cool. Yep, that looks good. Let's get this out of the way. You kind of see it now. Got some rocks in there. And they go underwater too, although you can't really see them too well, but they are there. There's one. Subliminal rocks, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's play with our coral colors a little bit. Because I'm not... Well, first off, we need to UV things. Tab A. I'm just going to smart UV. No deep thought into that. I'm not sure this thing really needs it too much, but hey. And let's go to our shading. Yeah, this one doesn't have any colors at all. Let's give it some color too. That might be a good idea. Let's just add a new one. Come on, Seth. New material. So I can grab some stuff, and let's go with shaders. Just to get something interesting. This is like a concrete sand. Sure. Those all work for me. Copy. And here, back into paste, because this is like the world's simplest material. Literally nothing. Okay. Come on. Don't you die on me. There we go. Save. And this over here. I'm just going to convert it to that. And here, just do a Shift A. Mix color. Here. Into here. And delete this one. And solo it. Let's just see what it looks like. It's actually pretty cool, just like that. Kind of like that. We could push this more to the edge. Ooh, yeah. That more up. Keep it soft. I think that's pretty beautiful. Maybe we'll just do that. That looks good to me. I like the concrete bumping on it is nice too. We'll need to fix the other ones because they will not be UV'd. Right, yes. Tab A, U, Smart Project. Unwrap it. Okay. And then this one, Tab A, Smart U Project, unwrap it. Okay, cool. And then this last one here. Smart Project it, unwrap it. That is beautiful. I wish I'd done that a week ago. Those are nice looking textures. Okay. So all that's looking good. And now I probably need to turn my eyes at least a little bit to this cave and above ground. So the first thing is it's a cave. So we need to create some, we either need to decide it's going to be dark, which is not very cinematic, or we need to create some bullshit reason why there's light here. Because we can't just have this giant light hanging down for no reason. I don't think sorry. Did I bring it into... Does not look like it. Okay, I need to open up a file real quick. We're done with this one. I don't think we need any more water stuff. I think we're good. File, open, don't save. Up, and crystal kit, yes. I really like this kit, but I really don't like the tool he used to his like homemade scatter thing, so I have to kind of come through and then just do it myself afterward, which is annoying, but it's fine. Manual, animation, no, where is it? Here's the one I want. Is it in scene? No, I always forget where he's got it. For manual use, there it is. Select objects. There they are. And if we look at them, got to kind of decide what color or kind of crystals we want in here. These are like your classic Fortress of Solitude, Star Wars crystals. You know, that's Superman, but you know what I meant. These are our bases, right? Yes. I think. Yeah, quartz base manual. All right, so let's do that. These are what? Cracked. Trigonal quartz manual. It's all these, yes. Select objects. Copy objects. And come into scene collection. And M collection, new collection, crystals. Did I get them all? Yes, I did. Okay. Now, they're tiny. So let's just maybe make them a bit more like the size I want them to be. S10. Now, how big is this thing? 1 meter. Okay, that's better. So let's try it this size. Apply rotation scale. I think it's just going to make our life easier. Getting back to my regular... Where's my space? Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Back to ground. Geoscattering again. We're going to scatter all these crystals. Yes, we are. All those crystals. And we're just going to go ahead and viewport selection and scatter objects. These are going to be cave crystals. So what do we want to think about for them first? We want a random rotation. Tilt allow up to like 8 again. Scale, random mirror. Elevation. They could be below water, but I kind of want them mostly above water. But I'm going to set our minimum to 35 and our maximum to 100. So they're going to go near the lip of the water and up. And we're going to try that. We definitely want to allow them on any slope. That's fine. And I think proximity is okay for right now. And instances of 0.1. How are we looking? I think we want them bigger. And I don't know that we want them on our ground. Okay, so let's try to see. It won't exactly work, but culling mask, vertex group, because I don't care too much detail. No, it's not that one. Okay, so we're going to have to just come back here and I'm going to turn off all those too. But we'll turn everything off right now. And this tab, C. Actually, you know what I think? Well, do I want to go over the ground or not? I can't decide. That might be the easiest way just to deal with this. Rather than doing a culling mask. Rather than doing a vertex group culling mask, let's do a slope. Minimum slope is 15. Maximum is 90. Or that's going to keep it off the roof, though, isn't it? Oh, let's see. Turn it back on. Now that gives us the roof. That's good. All right. We're allowing for absolute slope. That seems okay. I'm all right with that. Scale. I'm going to uniform factor of scale them up by 3 to start with. No. And no, that's still not going to work for us perfectly. I don't hate it though, so we'll use that too. All right. Off with the cave crystals, and then let's see. Cool. Come into our tunnel. That got pretty low, didn't it? I'll actually fix that. Do that first. O, G, Z. It's connected only. There we go. Make that a little bit bigger. Now back in. We're not going to go up that far, so it doesn't matter. Anything outside where we're going to be can be anything. Great. I think we pretty much already had these excluded via the sloping, but let's just do this. Because maybe we turn that off afterward. Cool. It makes no sense why there would not be crystals growing here, but it'll look cooler. So. Okay, so no crystals growing there. Plus assign no crystals. Killing mask, no crystals. Turn it on. Good deal. Cool. I might actually not even make them glow, but we're just going to have crystals there. So that's cave crystals, and we like that. Now we want to grab these, which are the bases, because they'll make it look cooler. Copy objects. And we want a new, well, doesn't really matter, but collection, paste, M, new collection, crystal bases. And we're going to go again, S10. Cool. Now, these scale-wise, would we set them at 3 times? Okay. So, base crystals, select them all, scatter them. Base crystals. And we're going to say, shouldn't need to mess with any of this stuff except scale on rotation. Random rotation is good. 8. Default scale, factor of 3. Random scale. And I want them affinity with cave crystals. .1. Now let's see what happens. I've actually never tried doing this before. So, how many instances did this one have? 0.1. Instances, 1. They should only grow near the bases of the other ones. And it gives us these kind of crystal explosions. That might be a bit many. That looks okay. Yeah. So it'll only put those crystal bases where there's an affinity for the other crystals. So, kind of cool. Yeah. Kind of liking it. Okay. I am into that. Trying to think what else we want to do. I think I know. I think I am actually going to add one more, and that would be file, open recent. Where are we at? Just open, fine. Don't save. Live stream. Crab Temple? That was the one I did the right for, I think. Let's look and see. It's coming. Always trying to do something at least a little different from something I've done before, because like otherwise, what's the point? Aw, thank you. Where were we? Did I put it in light fixtures? Yeah, tentacle creature. This is that bullshit tentacle creature that we made as a light fixture the other day. Let's use it. Copy objects and come over here, and I'm gonna put in plants because it might as well be a plant for what we're gonna use it for. Okay. And I'm going to turn off my crystals just because I don't want us to look at them right now. Okay. So we got this selected. We are select from viewport. Yep. Scatter objects. Light. We'll just call it tentacle light. So again, random rotation will allow up to 20 is fine. I don't think we're going to do random mirror abiotic on it for slope, but elevation needs a maximum of 44. And I think we do want to repulse from blue, minimum distance of 3, and purple, minimum distance of 3, and cave crystals, or base crystals, might as well do base crystals, minimum distance of 3. And let's see what that looks like. Do we get any? It's always a question. You're like, did I limit it down too much? We do get some. Cool. I'm going to make them a bit bigger, I think. Scale factor of 2. Okay. Sure. Let's turn the other things back on. Save. Nice. That's going to give us a bit of light from those things, which will be good. I like that. That's feeling good. This whole scene's feeling pretty good. We're at for time. 112. Okay, we're doing good. Now, I do want to put like some indication that we are reaching to another civilization. And I haven't really thought too much about what that other civilization is, so we want to be somewhat generic. We're going with video game generic, so really some platforms are probably all we need. And that's why I'm going to just turn off geoscatter, I think. And off geoscatter. Okay. And yes. I'm going to come back so I can see where my shoreline is, because I want to build above the water. So we're going to build about here. Shift A, mesh, plane, and we're going to go with 2.5. Okay. And now we can come back to just our regular old boring ass looking thing. Tab 2 E 2.5. No. Undo. E minus 2.5. Cool. E minus 2.5. Y. Okay. Cool. Maybe I'm just going to do it by manual hand now. Let's take this. E. Down to there. Let's just start with that. Blink. Copy modifiers. Now I can delete this thing because I'm not going to apply this one. So let's just get rid of that. Get it out of my way. Undo. Because I don't want to delete both. Right? Okay, that one's there. Good. Okay. Here is our platform. Nice. Let's give it a base of ground. also gives us some of these light things, which are fun. So, and we're gonna, I guess, we're gonna indicate that whoever lives in the bubble terrain has at least come through here before, and this is sort of more their space. And EX, oh. EX, come on. Cool. Something like that. Doesn't need to go too much further than that, just to sort of give us that sense of space. I don't like that. Okay. And then tab, EY. Cool. I don't know why we're going to do that, but we're going to build across there. Ooh, yeah. That looks cool. And here, EX. Good deal. 3, shifty, GZ 2.5. Turn off proportional. Take a look again. Nothing's poking through. Looks okay. Now, there goes the ladder. Yep. Looking nice. And now we've created enough fake things for lights that we can have some light in the scene without anyone freaking out, being like, where's the light coming from? Well, someone still will, because I would. But maybe, I'm just curious. EY, EX, like right there. So it literally meets that other space. And again, gives us more of those lights. And if I turn our overhead light down from 5,000 to like 500, now you buy it, right? Like, there's still an overhead light shining down on all of this stuff. Because if we turn it off entirely, that's what's actually lit. It's dark. It's not that interesting looking. It's kind of, I mean, I think it's cool, but it's hard to make an illustration for it that way. But if we take this, maybe we can even bring our light down a little bit more. Take it to 250. Yeah. Just enough to give us a bit more ambient light so we can see some of the cool stuff that we've done. And then we turn back on geoscatter. And we get some underwater lights from those, and that's very cool looking. I'm digging that. Now, I want to try something I haven't tried yet. Let's see what it does. Let's just solo. Maybe we'll start with this first. There's a modifier I picked up called Genie that has sweat bubbles. And I think that might be neat. So what do we sweat bubble that? That's going to give us some water. Let's see what it looks like. See what our controls are for it. Density. Let's increase our density. Size. Make them bigger. They don't need to move anywhere. Noise. That's fine. Just see what it looks like. Yeah, we got water on it now. Cool. What happens if we put water on the sub? Copy modifiers. Oh, I did not seem to like that, did it? Oh, undo. Because it has... Alright, yeah, so we can't do it that way. It's not actually a modifier. Sweat on this. There we go. Size. Massively bigger. Density. Very dense. Speed makes no difference because they're not going away for me. And... Alright, Michael. Can we even see those water droplets? Not really. But water droplets, right? You can kind of see them on the glass, though. That was fun to play with, though. Cool. Let's get rid of our dude. Bye, Wilson. Now, there's no reason to have fog, but maybe it's humid and steamy in here, and fog will make it look cooler. So we're going to put fog in here. There's no reason to have fog except the rule of cool. And the rule of cool wins every time. Even when I don't want it to. Let's just use... Easy fog. Ground fogs and... Yeah, I don't know. Noise, no noise. It's pretty still, so let's go with no noise. Fog it up. GZ, just above our water line. Cool. S Shift Z. Across to there. Cool. Tab 3. Up. Out. Cool. Rotation scale. Density, we're going to set it to point. I don't know. 2.5. And I guess we'll go do our shading thing on it. And get it from being a principled to a mie. Volume scatter. Mie. We have no color, but we'll use it just in case. To our surface. Cool. Pretty neat. I think I want to decrease the bases slightly. Base crystals. Let's bring them down from 32 to like 20. So we still have some. And I'm going to make them a little smaller too. I feel like they're kind of overwhelming our sheen a little bit. That looks better. Just letting some of the other crystals kind of shine through a little bit more. Might even shrink it down a little more too. Yeah, that is def's better. Cool. And I think our lights, tentacle lights, I'm actually going to try... I want to bring them so that any of them go above the water. Maximum of 46. Yeah. That looks cool. Okay. Oh, and our light, we need to come and turn off its visibility and volume scatter. Oh, and that one does poke out of the water a little bit, which is neat. I'm good with that. Feeling good about this one. I think we got something fun. No people, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. Is there anything else I want to kind of do here? Let's see. I'm sure there's some stuff we could put in here. Thanks, Michael. Yes, I have the ones that I mostly use up in the video description. It varies depending on the project, obviously. And I have a lot, and I have a lot more that are not on that list. So I use them sometimes, and sometimes I don't. It just sort of depends on... let's see. It is absolutely dumb, but just because it'll look cool. Let's see. Shift-D, GZ2, turn off proportional. Cool, and then 2. Fill 3. There's no reason for this whatsoever. And we might, it might, the absurdity might even pass my bounds, but I'll take all 3 of these and GZ 0.5, a bit higher up. What am I? Bridge assign. Okay. I have a bulb through my bridge. Let's just sew this thing. Okay. It's because I haven't assigned anything, so it doesn't know where to put it. So those are in, those lights are in platform lights. The collection and the vertex group name is lights. But I don't have a lights group. So if I assign it and make a group called lights, they should all go away. Yes. And now we can decide where we want them. Theoretically, right? It's not 100% accurate. But we can probably decide where we don't want them. Yeah. Assign. Much better. How is your mesh multicolored? Okay, so that's a fun one. If you go, when you're in this gray model mode, if you come up here, you can set it to random in your object color, and that will set every mesh to its own random color, which is really helpful for seeing what the heck your shapes are different. It took me years to find that. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Okay, so yeah. So why do we have a bridge? I don't know. Why not? But it's neat looking. Just gonna build it a bit more. Yep, yeah, no worries. I just randomly ran across it sometime and I was like, oh, that's how you do it. Cool. Cool. So that's going to extend out into the water, maybe even a little bit. I don't want to go too far because, like, the sub's not, it's not a dock that the sub's connected to. So we want to keep it that. But does that go into the water? I'm curious. Looks like it does. Just a little bit. Yes. Yes, the multicolored object is nearly as good as making things unselectable. Agreed. Oh yes, you can. I don't ever get to it that way, but it is up there. The problem with cavity is that it does add stress to your rendering in this mode. So if you have a lot of scattering with cavity turned on, this doesn't use your video card, and it is a nightmare. So like, you guys are talking about cavity, and yes, it's cool. But if you have a million blades of grass scattering, make sure you have it turned off. It will really just make your life hell. So if you're running into issues, that's a good one to know. But yeah, it's for modeling particular individual objects. That one is gold. I love it. Anyway, that's looking cool. I just want to put a little bit of like stuff on here so it's not entirely just procedural, and that's just me. Um, no reason, but I just think I always just feel better about it. Let's check and grab something from Water Village. Um, Also kind of helps show that it's not a ruin if there's stuff there, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, I ran into that because I do so many like huge grass scenes and I had cavity turned on and it was painful. It is really painful. Let's put a basket of fish like right here. And I've been very selective with it since then because it's one of those things you have it on, you don't notice until you notice, and then you really notice. Basket of fish. Woohoo! Cool. And ropes. And we're gonna have to individual origins, local RX90, or just RX. The other way, yeah. Cool. And it's such a pain to move these things around when you have a cave over your head, so you can't go do a top down properly, but you know, whatever. Okay, that's gonna have to shrink it down a little bit too. There we go. I mean, it's bullshit. It doesn't work, but it'll probably work for us. No one's going to notice that those things intersect a bit. Cool. Thank you. No, I have fun doing these. Yeah, that doesn't actually touch. Do I care? Yeah, all right. I probably care. I do care. 3D cursor. Okay. Here, you little monkey. There we go. That's better. No one but me will ever notice this rope hanging off this pillar, but for me, it will be my favorite part of the picture. So, you know. So we're going to put it there. And I also want to put something in here that just indicates there's going to be something interesting and different coming down the line. What do we want to do for that? I'm just thinking here real quick. Sorry, having a brain moment. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not talking anymore. My wonderful patois just gone. Um, yeah, that'll work. It's very bullshit and very basic. I don't care. It's going to be what we need. Scale, individual origin. Come on. Yeah, fine. And where's ground? Just go away for right now. Okay. Yes. Cool. And ground can come back on again. Good deal. And we haven't given this, almost everything has a material because it all got procedurally generated, which is nice. But this does not yet. And we're going to give it Michael's favorite material, which would be distressed hull. And does it have a UV? I can't even remember. Tab A U Smart UV project. Maybe it did, but now it really does. Okay. Cool. And oh, we'll put one more thing on top of it, just because I haven't used this in a while. This is one of the first objects I ever made, actually, long ago. But I like it. It's a fun object. Ah, yes, the distressed hull dance. Bar. And like I said, I made this a long time ago. I am much better now than I was before, but you know, whatever. But it's still just got some kind of thing I like about it. It feels grody. And where's our materials on it? Center emit light. Yeah. Where's the emission? Oh. Some of my emission got off on that one. Well, okay, we're just going to change that. That's fine. But here. Cool. Just give it a red emission there. And that material. Cool. Now it emits. So we have some kind of a more technological thing than we've had for a little while. And it's not a big part of this scene, but it's definitely there. And I'm going to rotate it RZ. So it's pointing at us more. Oh. Guess I need to set a camera too. And I think we'll be pretty good after that. I'm gonna turn off collection. Just make sure nothing's still in it. All that stuff's in it, of course. New collection, platform. And what have we got in collection that I don't want in here? I think that might be it. Let's see. Yeah, looks like it. Cool. Good deal. Camera, photographer. We're going to go with our Ari. I don't really need to change the distance on this one, but I'll give it a bit more just to be sure. I don't think we're at 100 meters, though. But I never measured this one, so I don't know. Lens, the anamorphic, taking it to 35. Oh, come on. There we go. And resolution, the widescreen. And probably need to do this with on so we can actually see where the water is. Let's see. Actually, so much so that now that I'm done ocean, I'm going to turn it back so I can see what the heck I'm looking at, because it's just hard not to see it. Display as textured. Okay, now we can kind of see our scene better. Cool. Focus on our submarine door right there. Take a look at it. And yeah, I feel like that reads okay. I'm not 100% sure, but I wish I had more of that. Actually, let's try take it to 28. It gives us just an extra wide. But yeah, so our lighting is bullshit, which is fine. Again, if we turn off the overhead light, it's much darker. So there actually is just a film light up above that is not motivated by anything. But we think it's motivated because we got enough lights otherwise that our brain just goes, okay, there are lights. That's the most important part of the whole thing. We did a bunch today. We basically made 2 environments, jammed them together. So take a look. Anyone who showed up late, I'll turn off the ocean. Where are we? Ocean. So we created our coral, our underwater plants, our underwater light sources, these tentacle things, our rocks. We put it in a cave we made out of metaballs. And, okay, cool, we're not in. It goes up and over. We put our platform in here. We brought our sub in. We raised up the front entrance, so there's actually a way to get in and out of our sub, which we never showed before, which is cool. I'm into it. And I really like the way the water turned out. This actually looks really nice. Just looking into the ocean. Here, if we turn the ocean back on. It's not bad. And it was better when it was brighter, but we can brighten it up a little bit if we need to do a shot of it. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I appreciate it. It's been a good week for making this sort of stuff. I think we're going to move on from here into the next environment down this tunnel. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And we might do a little bit more water stuff if I get an idea for it. But, you know, I always reserve the right to jump back to another area. But I think we're moving on to the next area. Anyway, have a great weekend. Thanks again for hanging out. And we'll see you later. Take care, folks.